Hi, mathematicians. I wanted to talk a little bit about CGI math, specifically in kindergarten. CGI is something that I love. It's from some mathematicians that got together. I feel like it was a decade ago. A lot of work was done at UCLA, but I know it's not exclusively there, so I want to give everyone credit. But it's called Cognitive Guided Instruction. Cognitive guided instruction, and I love it. I've loved it from the very beginning. It's very complicated. It's very dense. There's no way I could explain it all in one video, and I'm not an expert. Something I love. It's something I'm still learning, so I in no way want to pretend like I'm an expert on it, and this is the be all end all. But I just kind of want to give my thoughts from my perspective as a kindergarten teacher on it. So first of all, one of the reasons why I love it is my huge aha moment was when I realized that we all problem solve in different ways. I had done a number talk a few years ago, and they did something like 28 plus 56 or something, and then we all had to share how we got that number. And I was literally shocked at how many people solved it in different ways. It makes sense, right? No wonder. Of course, we all think differently. But it was a huge aha moment as an educator because I realized, wow, all these years I've been teaching one way to solve a problem when there's so many different ways. So I felt like it really empowered my students, which is something I'm passionate about. So from me, my perspective, especially for kindergarten, is I want to teach them to be fluid and flexible with their numbers. I want them to have a strong number sense. And I also want to teach them how to be efficient with their math, that as they learn and progress along the way, that we are going to move from going one-to-one when you're counting to grouping. That's just one of the many concepts. So that was the first part. The second part is that there's something called problem solving. A little funny note is that a lot of people used to think CGI was just the problem solving. I was one of them. And now I come to realize it encompasses so much more. But one of the things that we do is we have a question that we ask our students. We have them solve it. We have them use whatever tools they want, whatever their brain tells them to do. Again, we want them to be flexible. We often try to challenge them and expose them to different ideas. But we want to know, how did you solve that problem? Tell us what your thinking is. So a lot of times we say, what was your thinking? Explain that. How did you solve that? And this is the tricky part, is that then they record it. So especially in kindergarten, the one thing that I'm going to show you in the next video is that there's two parts to this. There's the actual math and there's the recording of it. Those are two completely different things. And I don't want them to get lost, and I don't want you to put them together because the most important really is the math. But then we just have to teach them how to record their thinking, record their strategies that they used. So I'm going to be doing that next, but I just kind of wanted to have that little general overview so that you can hopefully understand as you go along. All right, happy counting.